Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure and privilege to be here in Pune because Pune is my professional birthplace. Though I was born in Andhra Pradesh, but Pune is my birthplace. So it's always a pleasure to come back here and talk to you. And I think I can speak half an hour exclusively about Dr. Sanchetty because here he is there holding me and my son. I think rarely probably I have not seen in orthopedic or anywhere where father and son taught the father and son. So my son was taught by Parag and I was taught by Dr. Sanchetty. Not only that, in fact, Adarsh's biological existence also was because of Dr. Sanchetty. Because when my wife became pregnant with Adarsh, it also happened, it's a very cinematic story. She went for a DGO interview in Armed Forces Medical College. And I don't know whether people know that the Armed Forces Medical College don't give admissions for pregnant ladies. So in the pre-admission medical checkup, it was found out that she was pregnant and they said either the baby or the DGO seat. And I was foolish enough to opt for DGO saying that you can have baby later. But when I came down to Dr. Sanchetty, he just gave me, don't be an idiot, don't play with nature, have the baby, then you can see the DGO later. So that's how Adarsh was born. Sir, thank you so much for giving that advice. And so what all I am today, I owe it to Sir. And Bhabi, once again I pay my regards and respects to you. So my name is Guru, but I am not a spiritual guru. So I'm not here to talk to you or to profess or to teach you how to live the life or how to balance the work and life. But am I fit to give this talk in this August audience? I wear many hats. I'm son to a 90-year-old father who stays with me. I'm a husband to one wife. I'm a father for 2 children. I'm a father-in-law. And I'm a grandfather to 4 children. I'm a managing director of a 600-bed strength hospital. I'm a boss of 3,000 employees and 300 doctors. I'm a chief joint replacement surgeon performing around 25 joints a day and seeing 150 outpatients. I'm the president of Indian Society of Hip and Knee Surgeon. I'm the president of South Indian Orthoplasty Academy. I'm not just telling this to eulogize me, but I write books. In addition, I act in movies, I compare music shows, I do radio jockeying, I produce YouTube videos, and my wife is still with me after 36 years. So that shows I balanced the life well. So that's why I feel that I'm an appropriate guy to stand here and to talk to you. Here I'm not going to put you on any internet or YouTube slides or bhav or gyan. I'm going to discuss or share with you how I survived so far and how I managed my life and work. If you ask me, are you a successful orthoplastic surgeon? I might say yes and no. But if you ask me, are you a happy orthopedic surgeon? I will say undoubtedly yes. So that's why I am so convinced that one has to be very happy to be in life more than anything else. So finding balance in your life, obviously there are 6 things there: the health, the relationships, the work, the finances, the fun, and the spirituality. So probably I will discuss it in length one after another. As far as I am concerned, these 4 things are pivotal in having a good life. One is a personal enlightenment and enhancement. Second is preserving relationships, whether it is with your wife, children, or with your boss, or with your colleagues, or with the people who work for you. And third is achieving professional excellence. And fourth is contributing to society. These 4 are very important. How do you achieve all these 4? Probably these 4 are the paths through which you can achieve these 4. Staying positive, time management, priority realignment, and optimize the compromise. This is my favorite phrase. When people are coming back to India, people started asking, how do you manage in India? I said, the only one mantra in India is optimize the compromise. First of all, I would say the health is the first fundamental thing. Without that, nothing matters. Whether you got millions, whether you got a Mercedes-Benz or Jaguar, it doesn't matter as far as you have health. So all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So take a walk, go to yoga or gym, take a sport, pet, hobby, and sleep in time. So I would say 3 H's are important: health, hobby, and happiness. So I'm lucky that we got a tennis court and all my family plays with that. And when your hobby or when your sport meets with the family, it's already balanced. And again, you need 3 hobbies in life. One to keep you creative, one to keep you in shape, and one to make you money. And happiness is very important. I would say there are 4 monks of happiness: the gratitude, seeing good in everything, the gestures, and giving. So very important, and gratitude is the best attitude. What else is a better way to express gratitude? These are my 6 operating theaters, named after 2 people from Pune. Dr. Satish Kutti, he was the one who mentored me in England. Dr. Vijay Bose, who operated on my 13-year-old daughter who got idiopathic condylosis. Dr. Shastrulu, again another orthopedic surgeon in England. And Dr. Sanchetti, he has given me the professional birth. And Dr. Bhaskar is my co-brother, he's a cardiac surgeon. And Mr. Prasad, who was my teacher in 10th class. So he was the one who gave me the personality and the ability to stand on my legs. And Satish, who has given me a handwritten book of how to behave in England in my first job. I still keep it. It is one of my cherishable memories. I keep it that. And the gratitude did not stop there. There was another theater named last month on Parag Sanchetti. I think, Parag, we owe this to you. My son owes this to you. So I feel that gratitude, the one quality, I love to have it. If anybody is without gratitude, he is not a human being. That is my feeling. And there are 4 robbers to steal your happiness: ego, envy, excess greed, and expectations. If you see any problem in your life, 99% one of these E's will be there and that underlying that problem. Now let me come to the next part, the marriage and the wife. A happy marriage is about 3 things: memories of togetherness, forgiveness of mistakes, and a promise to never give up on each other. I did a lot of mistakes, but my wife stood up with me. And as Ravi Shankar always tells, marrying one woman is part of living, balancing 2 women is art of living. I have not mastered that art. I am still officially with one. And I am an obstetrician's husband. There are a lot of perils of being obstetrician's husband. I'll share with one life anecdote. One day, 10 years back, I got a chest pain. So I tried to wake up my wife, who was sleeping next to me. She didn't wake up. So somehow I just swallowed the chest pain. And next day morning, I said, "You did not wake up." He said, "Guruvi, you should have phoned me." So the gynecologist is so tuned up having phone calls, their life is only centimeters, 8 centimeters, 10 centimeters. So that is obstetrician's. That is obstetrician's husband. I lived with that. So that is again a balancing in life. And again, another important, I see a lot of youngsters here. First of all, learn what your wife needs or what your wife likes. If she likes carom board, even if you hate it, act as though you like it. That is one of the balances of life. This is what I am doing precisely here. Okay, and never confront wife, because there is a lot of literature how to kill your husband. Stepwise, there is books are there, so please don't confront wife. And again, as much as possible, spend with family. These are all my family doing some games there. And that is my son and daughter-in-law having nice cozy lunch, and that me intruding there, but I don't mind that because I want to have the family time. And balancing is an art and science. I got one more balancing to do. My son and son-in-law, both are in the same profession and both work for me. And so it is an everyday act. So again, now coming to the family, after the 5 children, the parents. And the one thing I love to do is to serve them, but unfortunately I don't have the time. My mother is no more there, but my father is there 90 years. I try to read him books and I try to take care of him as much as possible, but still I fall short. But I want to tell this one thing, if the time gives me a chance to go back in my life, the one thing I would love to do is to spend time with my mother. The last 2 years she had a stroke and stayed with me, but she did not realize who I am. And by the time it was too late. So never ever do that. I strongly urge all the youngsters, spend some time with your parents. Even if you don't talk to them, just go into the room, sit there, hold their hands, and look into their eyes. This is a very, very precious. And of course, the other spectrum, I got 4 grandchildren. I go to any extent, even to clean their shit. That is a part of my job. But that is one of the achievements again. It's 4 grandchildren. And again, as I said, I value the family so much. Even the COVID, all 6 of us got the same time. That is a family pack. So all 6 of us in the same hospital with venflon. I would urge all the people, because the time and the spending together family is not optional. It doesn't happen that way. So to get best out of the way, you got to put the family time is fixed and non-negotiable. Like every Sunday breakfast or every Saturday dinner time with the family, you make it a rigid thing. Some of the North Indians, especially Marwadis, I have seen this culture, and I really salute those people to stay together and have that great sense of belonging. So I would say that we have to learn this one. And create an excuse for family get-together. This is when my younger brother came from America. I just called all our relatives available, paid their tickets, and sent the cars, and got an assembly in my house. These are the moments which you cherish, and these are the moments which increase the bondage of the family. And now we have started, myself and Bhavani, we started sleepover once in a fortnight in relatives' place. So one Saturday we go and sleep in Bhavani's sister's place, one night just like that. And one day I go to my brother's place and sleep there, have a chit chat like that. And I occasionally, every month, I steal time to spend time with my son who likes movies. We go to a movie. My daughter likes to eat, so I take her to a dinner. And my daughter-in-law, unfortunately, likes shopping. I have to take her for shopping. So like that, I split my days suiting their needs. Now coming to the next important thing in life is friends. Without friends, there is nothing in this life. In fact, friends are more need and more useful because they don't judge you, unlike the family members. They take you what they are. These are all my friends from medical college and other days. This is one of the quotations, I love it. And उम्र की चादर खींच कर उतार देते हैं, ये कमबख्त दोस्त कभी बूढ़ा नहीं होने देते हैं. दोस्तों से बातें किया करो जनाब, ये वो हकीम है जो अल्फाज से इलाज कर देते हैं. It's a wonderful quote, and I really wish that if you have 4 friends, anytime you are done. I had so many friends from the profession. This is Sharan Patil, Bharat Modi, Vijay Bose. We all go for regular holidays and enjoy the life. And this is another CEO club. Again, we go for holidays like that. In fact, yesterday, as Sir was telling, yesterday morning, a day before yesterday, I was in Chicago with my 2 close friends, and I just stole one day to stay with them. Morning 5 o'clock, I came to Hyderabad. Evening 10 o'clock, I was in Pune. But this is all worth doing it because every day is celebration. Of course, another point in life in social is be a member in one of the clubs like Rotary or Lions, but see that they give you more than what they take from you. Sometimes it becomes waste of time, so you got to be aware of that. Now coming to the spirituality corner, I'm not atheist. I believe that there is some supernatural power, but I don't spend time, hours and hours praying to God or going to the temples. I just pray to the God, standing for 2-3 minutes, and I'm on to my life. Now, next is coming to the profession. And of course, you all know that the private practice or profession is running on a conveyor belt. You should keep running to stay where you are. And it's a dog eats dog competition. The problem is there is only one bone too many dogs. So that is the problem. And now the total knee replacement is even advertised on the back of the autos. So, including the implants, if you see Zimmer Next Gen, titanium, gold implant. So, I think the stress is too much. That is Parag Sancheti. When he becomes senior Sancheti's age. What, Parag? Right, if you go to the Monday morning with that attitude, that means you are not doing justice to your life. My goal in life is to become a workaholic in order to be fully rich and emotionally dead. And I'll tell you, my friends, workaholism is worse than alcoholism. A lot of people don't recognize that, but that is the worst with which you can suffer. You should stop living like this. And this is again, आज मेरे पास स्पेशलाइजेशन डिग्री है, सुपर स्पेशलाइजेशन है, गोल्ड मेडल्स है, इंटरनेशनल पेपर प्रेजेंटेशंस है, टन्स ऑफ गुड स्किल्स है. क्या है तुम्हारे पास? शशि कपूर इज एन RMP. ही सेज मेरे पास पेशेंट्स है. And this is the true story. I'm sure a lot of people recognize this, but क्या करने का? This is the essence of life. And now, Ivan Jones, he died somewhere, and in the bottom, died on 20th June due to the negligence of Sujata Birla Hospital and Dr. Chawla of Nasik Road. It is written on the stone, on the cemetery. So the other day, somebody shot a spine surgeon in America. Thank God I'm not a spine surgeon. So what I'm saying is the profession is so much demanding, so much frustrations, and end of the day, you feel that this sort of depression and dejection in the life. And again, a lot of frustration in our professional life, the media, the patient, the politician. At the end of the day, you feel very lonely. And just when you think it can't get any worse, along comes someone to prove you wrong. But the only answer is meditation. So you got to be relaxing. Either you meditate or do some introspection. You should sit in meditation for 20 minutes a day unless you are too busy. Then you should sit for an hour. This meditation is the one, and I'm sure KHS sir taught us. Others used to curse him because he has to come at 6 o'clock, otherwise the door is closed. But now he realized the value of meditation. Now, happy practice tips for the youngsters in the back benches. Choose one or two subspecialties. Develop your own patient base. Never do surgery without expertise. Act like GP. Second opinion must. Upgrade your knowledge. And complications, kidney bank. Keep some money for the complications. Indications cannot change based on finances. How do you be a successful doctor? 5 years. Accessibility, affordability, amicability, accountability, and last is ability. And there are two essentials which I always tell the people: do good to the patient and let the patient know about it. The second one, we miss it. Being seen as doing good is, we miss it. That's why the complications and the lack of communications and the lack of understanding and the patients giving you gali happens the second part. Don't stay living in a box, hospital, clinic, home. No, you should get out of the box and wear different hats or different hairstyles and enjoy the life in different way. End of the day, happiness is important. Money, altruism, and achievement all are important. Anybody has not seen Patch Adams movie? Please lift your hands. Yeah, please go and see. The wonderful movie. You treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you, you will win no matter what the outcome. Patch Adams, a wonderful movie. And in fact, Munaba MBBS inspiration is that movie. And I learned a lot from that. And again, in the profession, everybody has to be an expert, but there is no shortcut to being an expert. And if you do 3 cases and advertise yourself that you're an expert, you're cheating yourself and you're cheating the patient. You have to go to all these steps: novice, beginner, competent, proficient, and expert. End of the day, in profession, you should chase excellence. This is a very famous quotation, I like it. If a man can write a better book, preach a better sermon, or make a better mousetrap than his neighbor, though he builds his house in the woods, the world will make a beaten path to his door. So that is what it is. And in fact, there's a classical example, Pune and Coimbatore, they are not the main metros. They are tier 2 metros. But people like Sanchetis, Tapasvis, Vaijas, and Wakankars have made it as a place to come, just like Coimbatore. Like you can see Coimbatore, Ganga, laparoscopy, bariatric, there are so good units. Coimbatore is again a destination choice. So people make the places, not the other way around. And this is a classic quotation, the reflection is here. And again, in the profession as this chase excellence, otherwise you will end up Mamata Banerjee's plaster, you can see that. And unfortunately, I'm sorry, if anybody, government hospital HOD is here, that is a wrong message when HOD applies plaster of too long a time, probably. And of course, the youngsters nowadays have got an innovative way of applying the plasters to make the patients happy. Now again, in the present day, to make this work-life balance is easier thanks to the technology. This is the morning, I was doing a video rounds. Whenever I go, whether it's America, Singapore or Pune, the moment I exit Sunshine, I do a video rounds, virtual rounds. This morning from the hotel, I was doing the rounds because yesterday, day before, surgery patients. So it's very easy to connect to the patients. And end of the day, the professional work will become or dependent on the teamwork. You see any hospital or any successful surgeon, any group, the teamwork. Again here, plenty of examples are there in Pune, right in front of my eyes. Again, Kulkarni, Manoj and Hemant team, Sanchetti's team, Sachin has got a team, Vaija has got a team. All the big bosses have got a teams. So all the youngsters, I would urge, develop the teams. End of the day, future belongs to the teams, not to the individuals. Gone those days, a general orthopedic or surgeon can survive. Now it is all specialty, so you should have teamwork. And honor relationships and take care of people working for you. A very important point, if your plaster technician is earning 5,000 rupees 10 years back, and he is still the plaster technician and earning same 5,000, that means you have not done justice to him. All the people working for you, you should encourage and you should contribute and augment their professional ladder also. You should make them better, you should make them more skilled. In fact, in my hospital, more than 15 physiotherapists have become the senior general managers in the hospital. More than 15 people. One fellow is almost about to become vice president. He's a physiotherapist. So the same way you should encourage your people to work up the ladder of profession, not only the financial. Of course, team building is important, as I already told you. Be inspired by the people and the perspectives. Especially very important for all of us which are in the profession, Dr. Ranawat, Rajshekaran, Sanchetti sir, and Lord sir. And all three of them standing there have contributed to my thought process, have contributed to my achievements, have contributed to my accolades. And again, we started a South Indian Orthoplasty Academy, try to do good things. Again with Sparsha Hospital, Bangalore, and Vijay and Suri from Chennai, and Ganga Hospital, Coimbatore. These are the presidents of Indian Society of Hip and Knee Surgeons. And training is the highest form of giving. Again, I used to hear the stories, old professors of Dr. Sanchetti's age used to do Colles fracture by covering with a towel so that the assistant doesn't know how to do it. But of course now the teaching is such a open, I think you should all teach them, and that is the best form of giving. And again, I believe in 33% rule in getting a good out of the personal relationships. Spend 1/3 of your time with people below you. These are people you can mentor and help, and you will feel good about yourself. Spend 1/3 with people on your level. These are mostly your friends and circle of influence. Spend 1/3 with people 10 or 20 years ahead of you. They will make you feel uncomfortable, but that's how you will grow. So that's how you will get inspired. Again, this is a very important slide in my life. Anybody who wants to get transformed and get best out of the life should go through these 5 phases. First is satsang. That means you have to meet good people. Then you have to hear to them speaking good things, Sravanam. Then Mananam. That means you have to recapture what they said. Then Madhanam. That means introspection or churning. And then Chintanam. Then you will start thinking, and then Parivartanam. So to transform your life, you have to go through these 5 phases. So keep meeting the good people, keep listening to the good things. Don't go into the people who got negative energy, negative vibes. The one thing I avoided in my whole life is never to meet negative people. And creative people inspire me, so is everyone. So try to meet as many creative people as possible in the different fields, and that makes all the difference. And of course, ability, attitude, motivation, when all of them 3 meet, that is a success. It doesn't matter how many resources you have, if you don't know how to use them, it will never be enough. And again, coming to the time management, delete, delegate, and do yourself. Only these 3. Some of the things which you don't need to do, delete them. Some of the things you have to delegate, and some of them you do it yourself. And don't work hard like a donkey, work intelligent. And of course, that is a norm now. And people keep on talking about stress in life. Some stress is good, but some is bad. But if you see that central part, and the central part is the self-management, novelty management, that much pressure you should have. Otherwise, you will be boredom, apathy, and lethargy. If you go into the other one, you will do mistakes, poor judgment, and bad decisions. And again, stress is not working 15 hours in a job you like. It is working 15 minutes in a job you dislike. That's why people keep on saying, love what you do what you love. You are lost when you think you are working for someone else. A lot of us do the same mistake. When your job becomes monotonous, when mismatch between the desire and effort, and when you don't have a purpose in life. That's why enjoy what you do and do what you enjoy. For a man, it is easier to pick up 55 kg girl, but for the same man, it is quite difficult to pick up 14 kg gas cylinder. Moral of the story, interest in the work that matters. So, this is in front of my operating theater. See the frog, how nicely it is floating. It is so hard when you have to, and so easy when you want to. So I will urge all the youngsters to develop this mechanism. I'm sure you will have plenty of girlfriends, plenty of personal masseurs, Lamborghini Maserati cars, and private jets. This is, of course, shall be Vikram Shah's private jet, and that is Sharon Patil doing my massage, and these are my girlfriends. And sometimes you have to admit it is time to retire. Again, this is also an important point, to know when to retire. Okay, right, work-life decisions, last 4 or 5 slides. Honestly assess how much balance you want. Choose a talented, supportive companion. Clearly communicate career expectations. Manage work expectations. Refresh yourself regularly. Include your spouse in every decision. Recognize there will be trade-offs. Review and reassess regularly. Now coming to another facet of life, which is very important, money. I'm of course sure money is very important. You might be thinking this guy is now loaded, now he will talk all the bullshit. But it's not like that. Even when I was in SARS unit, my stipend was 800 rupees. And in Salanke Vihar, my house rent was 1,000 rupees. So I managed all right. Sumer Singh is there, used to be there. I don't know, I think he's in a sannyasi now. Indore, yeah. He used to loan me 1,000 rupees once. I have to pay back 1,000, then only I can take one more 1,000. So Rajiv Joshi is here. He also used to give me some money in those days. But I learned never put money as primary goal. It is incidental. And I can watch all the success men in these front seats have participated in this and have followed this principle. That's how it happened. And we keep on running in the life. We get the money by the time end of the life. Why are you running after money? A lot of people say we are running to do it for our family. But our kids are sleeping when we leave home. They are sleeping when we come back home. 20 years later, we will turn back and they're all gone. The real story of life is that one. And the very important thing is people were created to be loved. Things were created to be used. The reason why the world is in chaos is because things are being loved and people are being used. So the old mindset is I don't have time for my health because I'm too busy with work and business. But the new mindset is I achieve twice as much in half the time. Thanks to my energy, confidence, and performance, my health always comes first. And again, friends, you have to challenge yourself to get out of that comfort zone to go into the growth zone. If you are in comfort zone, you will be there. But if you want to go to the growth zone, you have to cross 2 zones. One is a fear zone and one is a learning zone. But we have to go to that. And again, the last important point to be happy and balanced in life is to see good or be positive in every thought process. So much of our happiness depends on how we choose to look at the world. Classic, the same bus, there are seats empty. This guy is looking at the nice mountains and beautiful rivers, and this guy is looking at the stone walls and the hills, the same journey. By just sitting onto the other side, you will entirely see the other spectrum of the life. That's how we choose it. I love to go with positive things, and I did whatever happiness I have because of that. I went to Mayo Clinic, stayed there for 2 days. End of the day, I bought a lot of wisdom. But these things I bought. Trust, purposefulness, self-discipline, gentleness, helpfulness. I bought them from the Mayo shop. And I wanted to remind myself that I have to be happy. Even in my bathroom, the towels are their happiness. Even in my dining table, the cups are happiness. So everywhere there is happiness. So it reminds me to be happy all the time. I love to see positive thing in every adversity. How to So sometimes things happen, but you have to make them into positive things. That's what I say. The last one is optimize the compromise is the mantra of India. Because in my hospital, there are no place to see the post-op patients. In the corridor, I put the wheelchairs and I go there and see them. I don't say that you should see that like that, but what I'm saying is instead of cribbing, you should optimize that compromise. Then coming, how you steal the time. Work 1 hour extra a day, gain 1 extra day holiday. If you work, let us say, from morning 9 to 5, instead of that, make it 9 to 6. On Saturday, you don't work. I never worked Saturday my last 15 years. Saturday, Sunday are my holidays. So mundane works, delegate, and always look out for opportunity to relax. In between OPD, take a mini break and read a nice 10 pages of novel. And get wife in the conferences and have 1 day with it. I always eat my breakfast in the car. That saves me 15 to 20 minutes so that I can spend some more. And again, last 10 or 15 very practical tips. Driver, don't underestimate the driver. Groom him, pay him well, buy the loyalty, teach him the new skills, and he will be an asset. My drivers do everything except doing knee replacement. He handles everything. All Hyderabad works, he takes care of them. He knows all my friends. He knows Parag. If I say Parag Sancheti will come to airport, he doesn't even need a photograph. He knows the photographs. He goes and picks them up. And he knows which car to take. Again, the same way, secretary is very important. And again, people will think, "Arey, mere ko to 10 lakh bhi na, 2 lakh aa raha hai, secretary ko kaha de do paisa." No. Again, if you pay peanuts, you will get monkeys. So you got to pay well and take a good secretary, not good-looking secretary, a good secretary. Okay, and pay her well and teach her, groom her well, and she should be a social filter because there will be a lot of nuisance phones will come, and she should know who is VIP, who is VVIP. And if Parag phones, my secretary comes into the operating theater and gives me the phone. So she should know who is important, who is not important. So social filter, and she should be the single point of contact. Richard Rothman, all the joint replacement surgeon knows, he is a very famous arthroplasty surgeon, started a Rothman Institute. He is no more there. Once I asked him 10 years back in Hawaii, how do you balance your life with so many things? He said, Guruva, first half of your life, you try to invent yourself. The second half of your life, you invent others. And you retain them. That is the success. I think that's what every one of us should there. You got to spot the talent, draft them, and retain them. That is very, very important point. And telephone management, thanks to the technology, WhatsApp is the best thing that happened to the orthopedic surgeons. I did so many wonders with WhatsApp in COVID times, and again the same thing with you. If you got a patient who is very important, the moment the patient gets admitted, you got to start a WhatsApp group. With him, you and all your hospital staff who are the stakeholders, real time. So that will get all the people lined up and the results will be wonderful. Recently, one great orthopedic surgeon from Delhi came to me to get a robotic knee replacement done. I did the same trick. He was more impressed by WhatsApp than the robotic knee replacement. And again, the one more important thing is never keep the telephone with you while you are seeing the patients. Whether they're 10 patients or 100 patients, it doesn't matter. For the patient coming into your OPD, that 5 minutes is the most important. If you keep answering the phones, it doesn't look nice. It's nothing rocket science. Keep the phone with your secretary and afterwards let her give you the messages. And one more important thing is digital detoxification. In my house, there is a rule. The moment another family member comes into the room, the telephones go on to the silent mode. That is a dictum. If I am there on my own, I can see my WhatsApp. But the moment my wife or my son enter the room, the telephone has to go into the mute. That is a dictum. And I'm sure all of you should do that, because a lot of the time, these digital advantages are there, but unfortunately, the art of conversation, the art of spreading the message and body language is lost because of this one. Then leisure management, the recent technique is called micro-dosing of leisure. That is my operating room on the left side, and those are the chairs. I put it on the balcony and looking into the window. In between the theaters, I just come there. Parag Sancheti's theater on this side. Parag, your theater is on this side. This is the opposite side. So what I'm saying is, do not wait for one whole week to go to Simla or Switzerland to enjoy. In the busiest day also, you can steal 10 minutes of your time, just lose yourself into thoughts, and then read a book, listen to music, do something, and that will rejuvenate you. Holiday planning is a must every day, and all of you in this room can afford a holiday. Don't tell me that you can't afford a holiday. Whether you take 3 or 4 holidays with a girlfriend, with a wife, it matters up to you, but holidaying is a must. Preferably 1 international, 2 national. And tranquil nature, nice book, good music, that is a bless. And scheduling, and again, how do you manage academics, research, and clinical? This is how I do that. I allot projects to the days. Monday, I'll do nothing but research. Tuesday, I do academic, I do the journal reading. Wednesday, I got a charity foundation, I do only foundation work. Thursday, music and reading, and I spend a couple of hours with my wife, who also enjoys the music. Friday, I do my Ishq president work, and Saturday, compulsory cinema with wife. So this is how I plan it, and this is how I do it. And I'm sure all of you can do that. Let me tell you, friends, you will never find time for anything. If you want time, you must make it. And time management is vital. And secret passage to the theater is helpful. Parag took my advice and created one here, just not to cheat the patient, but to camouflage your multitasking. That is more important. So that's why you got to have definitely one escape outlet to make your things there. And instead of wasting time in the conferences, thanks to COVID and thanks to Zoom, 80% of the conferencing you can do with the Zooms. Life is simple, we make it complicated. So finally, identify your goals, do work that you love, plan in advance, create a calendar, stick to set working hours, respect your personal time, ask for help and learn to say no. This is one I'm still vulnerable. I still can't say no. But you have to learn to say no. Delegate tasks, never become workaholic. Health is the topmost priority. Okay, this is one more thing. Any surgeon's life is divided into 4 decades. First decade is learning, second decade is earning, third decade is teaching, and fourth decade is giving. And some of us in this audience are in the 4th decade, and some of them are in 3rd decade. We have to teach and we have to do that. Again, medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. Finally, work is a rubber ball. If you drop it, it will bounce back. The other 4 balls, family, health, friends, and integrity, are made of glass. If you drop one of these, it will be irrevocably scuffed, nicked, perhaps even shattered. This is the new terminology, experiential terms. Time is made elastic by experience. The more fully, richly, energetically one lives, the longer one lives in experiential terms. That is more important, my friends. Life is beautiful for who can feel it. Thank you so much.